Hey guys, this is Preston with Porter Mercantile. Just wanted to show you how I'm going to list a part from an ATV. Um, so just my way of doing it. I'm sure there's a million different ways. So we have a 2010 Polaris 550, and there's other websites out there that you can use, but I like to use Partszilla. And so we're going to go to the Polaris category and then ATV. Then we're going to look for 2010. And I have it's a Sportsman XP 550. So that's this one here. And in this area, once you're in the area that you need to be in, you can just pick just about any part on that motorcycle or four-wheeler. And what I need is an airbox. So we're going to look for, okay, so we need the engine airbox or the air intake. So here it is right here. Okay, and we have a full diagram of the whole box. And I pretty well have everything here. It's got, mine has the air filter, the airbox, this top part here, the front door. Okay, let's scroll down, and I also have this piece down here. So it's important that you try to find all the part numbers you need. That way, when you list all the part numbers in your listing, there's a good chance that someone out there is going to be looking for that exact part number. Because they may only need, if I'm going to sell all this as one unit, they may only need the door, or they may need the gasket, or the filter. So what we're going to do is try to grab as many part numbers as we feel like we need from this list over here based on these numbers. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is start with number 7 because that's the main airbox unit right here. So we're going to go down and get airbox, the part number for the airbox right there. And I'm going to hit Control C. I highlighted it, hit Control C to copy it into memory. And now I'm going to go to eBay and I'm going to type in Polaris, and then I'm going to hit Control V to paste the part number. Okay, looks like there's one there listed for 20 bucks. Now, to get an accurate price as to what these are actually selling for, you want to go down to the sold items list. When you click sold item, you're going to find out exactly what people are willing to pay for that item. So this one sold for $19.98 with free shipping. $19.98, $20. They're a little cheaper than I thought they would be, but it is what it is. And if you notice, this shows 850 here, 850, Polaris 550 and 850 includes X2 models. So it's a pretty good chance that this box will fit the 550s and the 850s. So we got that there. So let's go back and grab excuse me, a couple more part numbers. So we'll do the door, which is part number 1, and see if we find any other listings for that. Okay, so Polaris, we're going to replace that. Okay, so here we go. This one sold for $74.95, and it includes the door and the airbox. And then ours actually has the downspout as well, so that's going to make it even a little bit more valuable. And if you notice, that was a sold price. So sold October 27th, so someone actually paid 75 bucks for this item. That's a good sign. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is look at, let's go to number 9. This is the downspout. So, and sometimes you'll just decide that it's better to just sell the items separately. But I usually make that decision later. It depends on how well some of the items are selling and how much. Like this one here, someone actually paid $55, $54.99 just for that downspout. Now that's a brand new one. Okay, so they're paying $25 for the used ones. So I would say we could probably sell the whole box with the door and the airbox and the downspout for about $99. We could start there and do accept offers. So, and hopefully we'll get lucky. All right, so let's go back. And actually do a listing. Okay, so just as another little test, what we'll do is we'll go back into eBay and we're just going to type it in 2010. Oops. Polaris 550. Actually, it's a sportsman. Computer's running a little bit slow. 550 airbox. Because some people will list items without listing the part numbers, which is kind of silly in my opinion, but it is a little extra work to do it the other way. So. All right, now we're going to go down and click on sold. Okay, so it looks like it didn't pull up very many extra results. This one right here is the one we seen a little bit ago for $74.95. But it still doesn't include the downspout. Not a very good picture. What we could do is use this as our base starting point. We're going to hit sell one like this. All right. And what I would do is I like to move this area here. First thing we're going to do is get rid of that. And I like to move this area to the front. And then I also know that this will most likely fit, well, ours is a 2010. I'm going to go 2010, 2011 because I've researched that most of the 2010s and 2011s are the same parts. And then I'm going to add 550 in there so we get the 550 and the 850 with lid. Let me see how much with lid and what's that other item called? I call it downspout. Let's see. Throttle body, boot. I don't have that many. I'm going to just say boot. Okay. So, I usually do this on my phone, so it's a little easier. So now we're going to add some part numbers. That's the 120-3696, which is the very top one, number 1. But we need a whole bunch of part numbers. Let's see. So we got 16. Okay. And 9. Okay. And number 7. This way, anytime someone searches for any of these part numbers, they're going to find our item. Okay, we got 5, which is the air filter. We do not have 6, which is the sleeve. It was in the filter box, but it was kind of ripped up and torn, so I just pitched it. Okay. And what else do we have? Did we get 9 already? 40, 35. Let's see here. 40, 35. Okay, got that one. 4 would be the gasket or the seal. Not sure that one's relevant, but we'll add it in there anyways. Okay. And 12 and 15, that's just foam. On mine, the foam's not very good condition. I believe that's it. Okay. Color is black. Not that it matters. Compatible make, mileage, I'm not sure, so I'm going to delete that. Compatible model, I'm going to add 550 in there. Okay, I don't need their location. And it is used. Okay. Now, if I just exit out of this, or just leave it where it's at, if I pick up my phone to the eBay app, this is going to automatically be in my drafts. So I don't know if you can see that, but the blank one on the side here, that's the draft that we're creating. Okay. Okay, hopefully this is working. Now we're going to click on the draft. And I'm going to take some photos. So this is the item that we're going to sell. As you can see, it's in pretty good condition. Got the downspout right there. I use just a trash can to raise it up. And then, if you can see that, that's just a painting that I bought at a what do you call it, discount store. I just use it as a backdrop. So let's take some pictures. Do it. Hit done. Now we're going to edit our picture. pictures. I like to do my first one with an AI. I don't like that. It's got a little white dot there, but that's okay. Okay, let's see what it got us. Let's do some more. So that's going to be our main thumbnail picture. And then the rest of them, don't have to be perfect, but I like to just kind of make sure I'm not taking a picture of some of my junk around the surrounding area. Okay. Now, condition is used. We got all our part numbers are already there. One thing I always do, it's no UPC, but I do a custom, and I always put in what it is. That way I can recognize it when I'm scrolling through my list. On the description, let's see if it'll let me. I gotta use AI. Oops. Sorry about that. There we go. Alright, pricing. I think I'm going to go $89. Allow offers. Shipping. Okay. Give me a second. We'll figure out. Get at 5 pounds. And I always add about 2 pounds for packaging. So we're going to go 7 pounds, 8 ounces. Just to give us a little bit of leeway. And the dimensions are, I could probably take that, I'll take that downspout off. So we're going to go, let's say 12 by 16 by 12. So 16 by 12 by 12. 16 by 12 by 12. Okay. Okay, let's scroll up. Make sure everything's there. I always do promoted at 12%. Probably shouldn't, but that's what seems to work. So list your item. And I hit view listing. So I can get the last 4 digits of the item number. And then I put that on a piece of masking tape and tape it to the item. All right. All right, now let's go look at our listing, see where we're at. So we're going to go to Settle. Scroll down. There it is. All right. Looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. Hopefully we'll get a sale. Alright, so this is Preston with Porter Mercantile, and I hope we've learned something today.